Welcome to the Princeton Playbook. I'm Nate Mansell alongside Brad Suk. We're going to be covering the NBA draft, giving you grades for all the lottery picks, along with the MLB draft and who we think will be picked. Then we'll go into MLB All Stars, who we think should have made it, who didn't. And then lastly, we're going to finish with the Subway Series Mets Yankees. Ryan, what do you think about the first NBA pick? Obviously, flag.
My grade for this one has to be an A plus. I mean, you couldn't really get um, any better for a franchise that, obviously traded a guy like that
Yeah,
was the cornerstone of their franchise, and now they have their new cornerstone of their franchise.
exactly. It worked out so well for them. Pretty lucky, obviously, but it worked well. Next off, obviously, Dylan Harper to Rutgers. We all sort of knew it. I think in a normal draft, I don't know how high if he would have been a two. Like it was really flagging that everybody else. But I do think it was a good pick. He was the only guy they were going to take, so I give him a B plus.
B plus, yeah. For me, I don't really understand the fit, but I
Yeah,
understand like it shouldn't make sense, but it makes sense. You feel,
exactly.
yeah.
There's nobody else they were going to take.
So they have three starting point guards now. Uh,
Yeah, but
They'll
so
probably play Harper off the bench for the first year, but we'll see what happens.
yeah, give him. We'll see. Also, summer league. How does he perform there? And then you can build off that.
What was your grade for Flag?
A plus.
A
Like
plus. Yeah,
yeah,
for I agree with you. I'll go B plus for Dylan Harper.
yeah. I think if I was the Spurs, I would have considered trading the pick. But if you're going to
Yeah,
make a pick, I think Harper's the only guy you're going to take.
and there's a lot of teams that would want to trade up too, and they'd give you a
Yeah,
pretty good haul. So
yeah. Like the Nets, I could see if
we have
there's
five.
so many firsts,
Yeah.
you know.
All right.
Uh,
Third overall pick, VJ Edgecombe from Baylor to your Sixers.
yeah, it was definitely going to be Ace Bailey or him, and that was the consensus. I assumed it was going to be Edgecombe after all, Ace Bailey not meeting with us and everything. But again, it's a guy who it's like, man, we probably could have taken him with the fifth overall pick. So I think it was a little bit of a reach, just talent wise, but overall, the best pick at the spot. So I'd give it again like a B, not a B plus, but a B.
I actually think, I mean, I think you got the best athlete in the draft. I think
Yeah, for sure.
he's really explosive. He's an all-around good player on both ends.
Yeah,
Um, After Bailey didn't want to be part of your team, I think you picked the next best option, so I can't really like degrade
yeah,
them from that. I'm gonna give this one an A minus because um it's a good fit too.
yeah.
Um
It is a great fit. I like that.
too. It's a good fit and I think he'll be good on your team.
Yeah, I'm just a little skeptical of him as a player. Like his athleticism's there. I just don't know about.
Really raw talent for sure. It
Yeah, it's
takes
just
time
raw.
to develop probably.
And with the Sixers, we're sort of in like a win now mode. Is he really going to help us like in the next coming years, or is he going to be like farther down the road?
Him and McCain will be really good in a few years.
Exactly. So in a few years, him and McCain will be great. It's just this year, I don't think he's going to make a big difference.
He's probably going to come off the bench if you don't trade PG.
Yeah, he'll be off the bench, which is fine for his first year. He's just really talented. So maybe even send him. Well, we're not going to send him to the G League, but like,
It's not like baseball where you can do
no,
that.
it's like baseball, but you would like him to develop a little bit. Now, Con Knipple, number four to the Hornets. I think it's just a really good fit.
It's a good fit, but not at number four.
Yeah, though I do think watching Duke games, Knipple was like a great shooter, great player.
That's kind of what the Hornets need. They need a pure scorer. So
Yeah, I feel like they really needed him. To me, it is an A. Like, great pick by them for me.
I think it is a good pick, but I think they also could have traded down because you got three teams with the Wizards, Pelicans, and Nets that could have traded up to get Bailey, and you could
Yeah,
have gotten value, and you could probably have also gotten Knipple because Utah was not going to take him.
yeah, Utah wasn't going to take. Yeah, you're probably right. You could have traded down. Though the Wizards may have taken him, so you probably wouldn't have wanted to be farther than there.
The Wizards probably wanted Bailey too.
Yeah, that would have been a good swap. Just swap with the Wizards.
But yeah, I'll give this one a B plus because
Yeah,
I it's a great fit, but you could have traded down.
yeah. Then you want to lead us off with six? I mean five. Bailey.
All right, Ace Bailey to Utah. This is uh, I mean, it's probably an A plus, right? I mean, you got the
Yeah,
third best player in the draft at 5, so that's good value.
yeah,
The only
and
thing obviously everyone's concerned about is does Ace Bailey want to be in Utah?
yeah, and
The answer is probably no, but
yeah. His comments still are very
probably
iffy.
that's probably not one of his destinations, but I think they'll do a okay job of developing him.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think they'll their new owner, or not new owner, but their owners does a great job of helping players, developing guys, putting all the
Keontae
steps
George
in place.
last year.
What?
Like just like Keontae George last year, Walker Kessler last year.
Yeah,
The big
exactly.
thing with
So
Utah is that Bailey is going to get minutes on that team.
he's gonna get minutes. He's gonna help the team. I honestly think it's a great fit. To me, he slid all the way down A plus, just like Flag.
Moving on to 6 here, we have Trey Johnson to the Wizards.
Yep.
The
I'll,
Wizards are a strange team because they've had like 8 first round picks in the last 4 years,
yeah. So they have so much talent at every position just because of all their first rounders.
but
But
they haven't taken someone that's going to be consistently good. They're always,
yeah,
swinging for the fences when it comes to these picks. Like it's a boom or bust. So
even Trey Johnson's a boomer bust pick. Like he's dynamic, he's talented, but you just don't know if he's really going to be that guy. Like, is he really going to lead this team? Probably not.
I will say though, Trey Johnson's probably the second best scorer in this draft behind Cooper Flag.
Yeah, no, that's true.
He's better shooter.
Yeah, though he's
He's hit all
pretty,
3 levels.
for being a guard, he's pretty big.
Big guard.
He's a
You can play
big guard.
three too, so I'm not too concerned about,
Yeah,
positional size, but I'll
it's
give
the
him an A
positionless.
minus.
Yeah,
A minus. It's not a, game-changing pick. You could probably trade it out for Bailey. That would have been a better pick. But like
yeah.
six,
Other
the
six,
value is good. So you got the
yeah,
sixth best player in the sixth spot. So
I like it. Yeah, I'd give it a B plus. I don't think it was. There was they could have traded up, which I think would have been their very best option, but I don't mind it.
I'm surprised no one like traded up in this draft. I think I would have liked to see more movement. That would have been
Yeah, it
fun
was
to watch.
very surprising.
All right,
Jeremiah Fears at number 7 to the Pelicans. I personally thought was a great pick.
Um, I'm a little more skeptical than you are because they just traded for Jordan Poole,
Yeah,
meaning that they have Poole, DeJounte Murray, and Fears. So you have pretty much 3 of the same exact player on your team.
and I don't mind it because it's the Pelicans. You can
You
move.
kind of need it, but
I feel like for Fears, you can probably move his position a little bit, change his game. But he's just one of those guys who, like Edgecombe, I feel like is really talented.
a raw talent too. I mean,
Raw talent. And that's to me for the Pelicans. They're not a bad team right now. So you might as well just take the raw talent and hope it pans out.
yeah, I'd agree. I'll give it a B plus. I mean, yeah, actually maybe a B. I'll go a B because I actually think Malawak is a better fit for them because they don't have.
Malawak would have been a good pick. I agree with that. But I feel like Malawak would have been a little bit of a reach. Again, you could have traded down for
Trade
Malawak.
down, right? It's a
So,
tough spot to be in at 7. Obviously, they were
yeah,
expecting to be a
exactly.
lot. I mean, Sixers jumped what 4 spots. Spurs jumped like 10 spots.
Yeah,
The Mavericks jumped the whole lottery. So I mean,
yeah.
you got
So,
unlucky, but you still end up with a pretty good player. So
yeah, I was thinking
average pick for me.
I went with an A minus. I thought it was a good pick, but again, as you brought up Malawak, I think they could have traded back, and that would have been better. You take it away from your Nets.
I like Diego Demon as a player. I think he's the best
Yeah,
passer in the draft,
yeah,
best positional size in the draft.
yep,
Jump shots. a work in progress, but we've seen sparks of it being good. He had a
Yeah,
good combine,
yeah,
but is he the eighth best player in this draft? He's not even close to the
yeah,
best player in the draft. I'm gonna give this one a C because it's a good pick. They don't have a point guard right now, and they have a lot of players like Cam Thomas, MPJ. They're gonna take a lot of shots. So
yeah,
I feel like on the Nets, his potential will be like the potential is gonna show because of the players that they have around him. But I mean,
yeah. It definitely felt like a very far reach at 8.
the Nets have a pick at 19. Do you think Demon would have fallen there?
I think he would have fallen to them at 19.
So if you take Malawak and take Demon at 19,
Yeah, I would have loved the Nets draft if they did that.
I wouldn't mind if we traded down to get a
Yeah,
2026 pick. Yeah, it's a C
I didn't love
player,
it at all.
pretty bad spot.
C plus his fit works, but beyond that, I don't really know. Like it's such a reach. It's sort of I don't know if you followed the NHL draft at all, but my Penguins took a very interesting pick. Same thing. It was at number 11. Took a guy that probably would have been available at their next pick at number 20.
I mean, I can't argue with Sean Marks in drafting though, because he took Cam Thomas at like 24 and he turned out to be a star. So,
Yeah, maybe one of your later picks turns into that star. We'll see.
Colin Murray Boyles is next in 9. And this is this worse, Nathan,
I
than
wouldn't go
Demon?
to worse, but it's definitely not great.
If you wanted a big, Common Malawak is kind of right there. Derek Queen is also right there.
Yeah, if you're wanting a big guy, big player, it's definitely Molly Walker Queen. Murray Boyles, don't get me wrong, he had a great career at South Carolina and he played great, but is he the pick for the Raptors with some of the guys available? No way.
Same thing as a C. Good player,
Yeah,
solid fit, not the best player available by any means.
C plus at yeah, C plus. Malawak for the Rockets, definitely
No,
A
Suns. It's Suns.
Suns because of the trade.
A
So
plus, man.
A plus, like
You draft DeAndre Ayton at number 1 overall, right?
yeah,
You lose him. He's not living up to the hype. You lose him, and now you pretty much have DeAndre Ayton again, but at 10. I mean,
I again Malawak played so well for that Duke team, and I feel like the Rockets need a guy like him just to go into the paint, drive, score layups type thing. I feel like he's a great fit for that team for the
you have
Suns.
so many guards on that team. You need offensive rebounding.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like for the Suns, it's a good pick. He's a great player. I liked it a lot.
Moving on to 11, Memphis Grizzlies select Washington State Cedric Coward. Probably the biggest draft riser.
Biggest draft riser. Um,
I mean, I'm kind of in the same ballpark as like Colin Murray Boyles right now. I'm going like B minus maybe.
yeah, I was thinking Murray Boyles, Igor Demon type pick again. I don't. The Trailblazers. I mean, the Grizzlies have another pick. Uh,
They traded it to the
they
Portland.
picked their next pick, so I don't think they had another pick in the first round. But I still feel like if you wanted him, you could have traded up and from the second round to the late first round, that he probably would have been available.
It's a good player, but I mean, is
Yeah,
it
same boat as Colin Murray
same
Boyles.
trend here? Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
so
these guys. But the next
C
pick I do like
C plus.
C plus for you. The
Yeah,
next pick, I can't wait to talk about Noah Sengun because he's a
yeah.
man.
What did you say you cut out?
He's a baller. Noah Sengun. He's
Yeah,
to the Bulls
the
rebuilding team.
Bulls rebuild. He's so talented. He fell to them. Like I think he would have been the pick for the Trailblazers or the Grizzlies
Factors.
in Phoenix, Nets. Like he could have gone to any of those teams who had their reaches.
I'll go with an A here.
Yeah, A
We
minus.
already drafted Buzelis last year. I mean, the fit isn't, the greatest, but you
Yeah,
got the best player available, so I can't
I
argue.
got A minus. Like best player available. Fit's not great. Again, not coming out of the U.S. is always a little bit different coming
Same
from
with
Japan.
Malawak too.
Yeah, so never
I mean, the
played.
French, no. I mean, the French have breeded some demons
Oh
there.
no, they really have. But he never played college basketball, so it's harder to know a great
He's like
stat.
17 years old right now.
Yeah, so you know, good pick, but I don't think the fit's there.
All right, we got two more coming up here. We have shout out to Cole Granger for this one. Uh,
Derek Queen, Maryland
for his Terps.
versus Terps,
He's going to the Pelicans.
Pelicans. Yep, good fit.
Should I A because
Hey, he's
they
so
kind of they
talented.
recovered from the fears fit and they got the best fit with Queen.
Yeah, no, agreed. They got the best fit for New Orleans. They need a guy like him, offensive rebounds, and he's so talented and he's so young. Like he's exactly the type of player you want in the first round, especially at number 13. Carter Bryant,
This might be it's our last pick. It's the last lottery pick, but it
yeah,
could be the best one
it may be the best one.
besides Flag. I mean,
He's he fell to them, obviously. It's
how do
just
the Spurs keep getting away with this? I mean,
well, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy that the Spurs can keep just nabbing talent like this.
obviously took Victor Wembanyama 2 years ago. Last year did they take?
Yeah. It's some
Forgot.
he's contributing this year. Can't
Stephon
remember.
Castle. Stephon Castle. One rookie of the year last year.
Yeah, Stephon Castle. I don't know how
And
to.
now you add Dylan Harper, second best player in the draft, and Carter
Yeah,
Bryant, who's probably the second best forward in the draft.
so this team's gonna be good, man. Like this is the makings of one of those like teams that'll be good for 10, 15 years.
Reminds me of the Thunder.
Yeah,
Jalen Williams traded for Shea, got
yeah.
Shaq. Yeah,
It's one of those type teams with just so much young talent. Like the fact that they were able to get Carter Bryant in this trade, like it was perfect for them. MLB draft now?
let's talk about the MLB draft. The Nationals won the lottery,
Yeah,
and today they actually fired their GM and their manager. So
it's gonna be
whoever
an
they draft is not gonna.
it's a very interesting pick when you're doing it right after firing your most of your management.
I mean, Davey Martinez. I mean, what a job he did. I mean, brought them a World Series title.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But now they're back in the slums. They're building around James Wood probably, Dylan Cruz, and Rob
Yeah,
Hassel.
James Wood is so good. Like
James Wood is.
he's crazy.
He might be a top five player by the end of the decade.
He is showing the skills. Like I don't know, just his power. He drives it opposite field. You can't shift on him. It's crazy. Also, Luis Ariz is only striking out 8 times this whole year.
I mean,
Like
he's a ground ball merchant, but I mean,
if it works, he's only batting like 300, but like
if it's like second and third and like one out, he's gonna put the ball in play for you and he's gonna drive in that run. So
yeah, exactly. He's the guy you want up in those type of situations. Now, one of the bigger questions is where if there's going to be like a high school pitcher taken high up in the draft,
Seth Hernandez.
Seth Hernandez, because we all know he's so talented, but a right-handed pitcher has never been taken first overall. High school righty.
Here's my stance on this. You cannot take a high school pitcher at number like you don't it's not often you get the number one pick and
You're gonna waste it on a
you
high school.
can't risk anything when you have the number one pick.
Yeah, because I don't know.
And
Seth
you have like three college lefties, Kate Anderson, Liam Doyle,
Liam Doyle,
Jamie Arnold. So Doyle's probably he's gonna get to the major leagues the fastest.
Yeah.
Nationals don't really need that.
If if he
I
falls,
don't I think it's a pitcher. It's a pitcher.
I think if I'm the Nationals, I'm probably taking Kate Anderson.
I'm gonna take Kate Anderson too.
Just
Or I would consider Ethan Holiday, shortstop.
even all this considered, but I don't feel like they need a shortstop. So fit's not perfect. And Kate Anderson, we know LSU knows how to develop pitchers so well. That's what I'd do. You're the Angels. Who you taking?
I'm taking I'm taking a pitcher, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Whether it's, I mean, Liam Doyle, Jamie Arnold, Seth Hernandez are the three names that, you're gonna watch. And
yeah,
it's probably gonna be Doyle because they need a guy that's gonna get to the major leagues pretty quickly.
yeah. It's probably Doyle, but I can see him taking Hernandez just because it's the Angels.
Upside, yeah.
Yeah,
But right now with the Angels, you cannot take a risk. You cannot play with this pick. You need to lock in and you need to take a guy that you know is gonna be good. Even
yeah.
if the ceiling is lower.
Doyle may be the guy there. But then again, the Angels just their drafting's never great, so I could also see it being Seth Hernandez. But Hernandez will probably go top three. He'll either go to Angels or Mariners, would be my guess.
I see him falling, honestly.
He could fall. He'll definitely not fall out of the top 10.
Not to tell yeah.
But I
Like
feel like
I think Toronto and Cincinnati are there in 6 and 7 or something.
Toronto, Toronto's eight, Reds are nine.
Reds are 9. That's the lowest he goes because one of those teams is scooping him up.
Honestly, I don't think much lower than six because the Pirates love taking high school guys
Pirates, yeah, I mean,
at number six.
but their farm is loaded with pitching, so I don't think you'd
That's
need.
true. They probably wouldn't take him unless they're thinking about trading Skeens.
They're not. No, they're. I can't see a world where that happens.
I don't know. I can see it just because it's the Pirates and let Skeens try to go win a title. But
You could
yeah,
probably win a title in a few years. Their rotation next year should be Skeens, Keller, Jared Jones,
Aaron
Bubba
Jones,
Chandler.
Bubba Chandler, and then you have Bailey Falter pitching with like a 3 point, like a 350 ERA.
Against the Mets, 7 innings, 1 run. Yeah,
Skeens against the Phillies went 8 innings, 1 run, complete game, but they lost 1-0.
that's the type of season is Pittsburgh, unless they're playing the Mets.
Did they play the Mets again?
No, they swept us earlier in the
But
year.
yeah, I know they swept you this year. As a Phillies fan, that wasn't that was helpful.
Yeah,
Also, Pirates just went and they just went a whole series without allowing a run, and now they just went a whole series without scoring a
oh
run.
yeah, Seattle shut him out.
Yeah, shut them out. In the series before, they shut out the Cardinals. That's
Seattle's pitching staff is so good. And talk about Seattle, look who's up at 3.
yeah.
Somehow in the lottery, they've ended up with the third overall pick.
I feel like the lottery needs to be weighted differently in some of these sports. Like,
If you miss the playoffs, do you get a lottery ball?
yeah, pretty much. If you miss the playoffs, you get a chance. It,
Then all the tanking teams will forever be
yeah.
tanking if the lottery's like this. But anyways,
In the NBA, if you make the play-in, you still get it. So there could be a
not if you make an actual tournament.
no, but I think if you correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought if you were one of the bottom teams in the play-in, you automatically got a lottery ball.
Oh yeah, the bottom teams, yeah, not the top two.
Yeah, but the bottom two, even if they say win it and make the playoffs, they still get a ball.
Yeah.
So there's a situation where a team wins the World Series and gets or wins the NBA championship and gets the number one overall pick,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
If that happens, I mean, the commissioner has to go, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, no, that'd just be absurd.
Seattle Mariners, do they take an arm? They
Probably
take Ethan Audit. What do you think?
even Otta or Seth Hernandez, one of the two.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that pitching staff's loaded. You have Colt Emerson coming up. with the bats, but
Yeah, you could take
they can't hit right
Holiday.
now, to be honest. I think I think they take Jamie Arnold or Ethan Holiday. I don't think they go for a prep arm like Hernandez.
Yeah, I'd probably go Ethan Holiday. Holiday's gonna go.
Rockies probably want him.
Yeah, the MLB
Maybe
draft's so
bad.
hard to predict,
Like
but
Jack Caglione fell to like the Royals last year. Like what?
yeah, like there's so many picks that's like, man, how'd they fall to there? How'd they take them? So you never know.
Um, how much more do you want to do about this? You want to go to like I don't know, the Pirates maybe?
Sure, works for me.
Rockies are in a tough spot.
Wait, so who do we say the Mariners take?
I'll say Holiday.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Rockies
I think this is where Seth Hernandez goes.
probably.
Thing with Colorado, you need to draft pitchers because you
Yeah,
are not getting a good pitcher to sign with you.
no, nobody's gonna sign with you, so you have to draft them. Seth Fernandez, high school guy. It's risky, but you probably take him.
Yeah, but he throws gas too, so
Yeah, he's throwing over a
you
hundred.
know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I mean, if the Rockies played at sea level, they'd probably take a shortstop.
yeah, but now you can get shortstops and hitters to sign with you. You can't really get pitchers to sign with you.
Yep.
So probably taking Hernandez.
We got 10 minutes left here. I'd say just you want to call it here for the
Sure. And now MLB All Star Game.
don't get me started on Juan Soto here.
Soto and Trey Turner. I
Oh,
think those are the two biggest snubs.
Seiya Suzuki.
Seiya Suzuki's pretty crazy too. But like to me, Juan Soto just won Player of the Month, and he still doesn't get on the team.
I, when has that happened before?
It's been a while. That's just crazy to me. And then Trey Turner's the National League hits leader, and he still doesn't make it.
Who made it over him? Ellie?
Ellie, and then you have obviously isn't Lindor starting?
Yeah, but Lindor is he should have started.
Yeah, Lindor makes sense to me, but Ellie over Turner.
I'd take Turner because Ellie strikes out every time.
Yeah, and I think this is where it's an All Star game trying to get fans to watch it. People are gonna watch Ellie. People want to see Ellie. Nobody cares about Trey Turner.
Unless he's sliding home plate.
Yeah, unless he's sliding into home plate and does a pop up slide. So I think that's where that came in.
Fernando Tatis made the All-Star game with a sub 800 OPS, and Julio made it with a sub 700 OPS.
Julio's absurd. I don't know how that guy's making it, but again, him and Tatis, again, guys like De La Cruz, who MLB's trying to brand, show to fans, and get popularity going for the young stars.
Corbin Carroll too. Don't know
Yeah,
how he made it.
like all those guys, it's like, would they've made it in a actual best teams? Probably not, but they will just because they're young and exciting.
Who else made it? Oh,
Clayton Kershaw, I
he
get he
was
was a
a quote unquote legend pick.
commissioner's selection, whatever that means.
I mean, that is he only did that because he got 3,000 strikeouts.
Yeah, no, 100%. But I've heard rumors of him maybe starting an All Star game
Yeah, because Dave Roberts is managing that
because
team.
Dave Roberts is the manager. He's not going to want to start Zach Wheeler because Dodgers do not like the Phillies right now, and maybe start Skeens if he gets pressured into it
No,
again.
he's not going to start a Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah, so I think he may just start Kershaw as like the honorary guy.
I mean, the All-Star game for the MLB is it's falling off a
It's
cliff.
fallen off. The most exciting part's the home run derby.
Wood, Cal Raleigh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Who else? Acuna said he's gonna do it, right? What
Fresh
do you?
off of torn ACL, that is absurd.
Yeah, what do you think about Pete not doing it first year ever?
I mean, I'd rather see him like fully rested when the
Yeah,
Mets play next. So, I mean,
yeah,
I don't really care. I mean, he already he has to. He has nothing to lose. I mean,
yeah,
about to get paid this offseason. I mean, he's fine.
yeah. He's gonna get paid this offseason. Do you think the Mets re-sign him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only case
Um,
was that if Vladdy entered unrestricted free agency, which he didn't, so Pete's
yeah,
gonna be there.
that's true. Yeah, I
Uh,
think the craziest part for the NL is who starts, if it's Kershaw, Wheeler, or Skeens.
it's probably Kershaw.
Yeah, just because it's Dave Roberts.
Um,
Dave Roberts, like, here's a question I have for you, sort of related. Obviously, the Dodgers staff like loves doing an All Star game because like they won the World Series type thing. What do you think all the Yankees staff thinks about being there?
that's an interesting question because the Yankees have been pretty dreadful,
Yeah, man, their slide rate is absurd.
but they do have a decent amount of All-Stars. Jazz Chisholm,
Yeah,
by some miracle.
bro, that was absurd.
Judge,
Those
obviously, Max Fried.
those two make sense, but Chisholm was absurd. But
That's crazy to me.
I don't know, I think Devers should have made it over Chisholm.
There was none of the Giants.
Yeah, but do you elect him as a Giant or as a Red Sox?
You elect him as a Giant.
Is it
Kyrie
technically
Irving got traded to the Mavs from the Nets. He was a Mav in the All-Star game. So,
okay?
um, Kyle Stowers.
Yeah,
I mean, the Marlins needed an All-Star. They took Kyle Stowers.
yeah, it's just sort of who you had to take for the Marlins,
Yeah.
unless you're taking Sandy Alcantara.
Sandy's been so bad.
Yeah, but like,
And then the last absurd one or sort of weird one is Yusei Kikuchi, in my opinion.
but who else were you taking from the Angels?
Mike Trout.
Yeah, though he
Trout
was
not making it?
so long. Like Trout would have been the pick that everybody would want, like the popularity pick. But Kikuchi,
Which is fine. I mean, like, yeah.
yeah, he's had a good year. Give him his credit, but a little
And
surprised.
surprisingly decent season for them.
Yeah. So
And before we go into the Subway Series, I have some news to break. I don't know if you're interested in this, but
break it.
we have a trade. The Clippers, Jazz, and Heat sends Norman Powell to Miami, John Collins to the Clippers, Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 second round pick to Utah.
That's a lot of people.
Um, so let's not talk about this too long, but Utah, man. You trade John Collins for Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson?
Yeah.
You went from old to older?
Yeah, old to older. This is what you do after you draft Ace Bailey, I guess. Just build the rest of the team a bunch of old players. Like that's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, Subway Series.
I don't know what Utah's doing with that, to be honest with you.
I mean, I guess they need a facilitator.
I guess so. Well, Subway Series, it was sort of going to be who's going to break out of their slump because both teams were obviously not playing great, to say the least. Won't you agree?
Yeah, I gotta say the Mets didn't even play that well. Not the Yankees kind
Yeah,
of beat themselves with errors
yeah,
and like hanging sliders to Pete Alonso since that's what people do, I guess.
yeah. Not what you want to do, but I, the Mets' biggest issue is their bullpen.
Oh, I mean,
Like you have some guys like Edwin Diaz. You have
yeah,
some guys who are
yeah,
incredible.
Bros was fine. I mean, Richard Lovelady,
Yeah,
Zach Pop, like.
there's just guys like that where it's like, man, that's not a good team, a bullpen that's going to carry you in the playoffs.
I mean,
And
we
not
do have a
saying
lot of guys hurt. Budo's on the shelf, Nunez is on the shelf, but like those guys cannot be like making major league contracts and playing like that.
it's crazy. And Phillies are in the same boat. Like, not saying the Phillies are any different. We need a reliever, but at least some of our guys are better than Lovelady and Pop. Like,
If I'm David Stearns, like I'm calling up like not contain like the Orioles and like I want to see what we can get for Felix Bautista or like
who would
call
what reliever would you like to trade for?
Bautista, Pete Fairbanks on the Rays, but the Rays are contending for some reason. So
Yeah, I don't think they'll trade anybody.
who else? The Twins aren't contending. Maybe Yohan Duran's available. You know, like
Yeah, Duran and Griffin Jacks.
Jacks. Yes, Jacks.
Yeah, or what's Jacks.
Braves are not contending. Raisel Iglesias. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think they trade him to the Mets or Phillies just because of division.
but I mean,
Even Emmanuel Clase,
Guardians have been so bad.
they've been atrocious. Like everybody's saying, Stephen Vogt, like manager of the year and all that. Doesn't look like it.
They contended and they kind of sold at the offseason. So that's weird.
Yeah, they sort of remind me of like a Rutgers of college basketball, having like Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. They got like Stephen Kwan, Jose Ramirez, Emmanuel
Not
Clase.
even make the playoffs, right?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Um,
That's pretty crazy that they're that bad.
yeah, I guess we can wrap up here because we got less than a minute left. So
Alrighty, well, thank you guys for listening
you
to the
guys for
Princeton
tuning in.
Playbook. We'll see you next week.